ever. It's all perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. Awesome. So we're going to be embodying your best day ever. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to embody your best day ever? Well, I'm going to tell you what. Most people, I would say, walk around through life, and maybe this is you, maybe it's not, walk around through life and they think that they know what they want. They think that they want the car, they think that they want happiness, they think that they want whatever, a relationship, they think that they want these different things. Key word there is think. They think that they want these things, yet they never actually take the time to feel what it would feel like and live into that viscerally and lock onto that emotion and that experience to be able to achieve that, right? Embodying your best day ever, embodying their best day ever, their dreams, the life that they desire. Most people can write a goal and think about it, but they don't actually put themselves there. They don't actually have the bodily experience of already having completed that goal. And I'm going to be totally honest with you all. I've visualized, I've written goals, I've done breath techniques, I've meditated, I've done a lot of different stuff. Okay, I'm not saying I've done everything, because nobody's done everything, and anyone who says they have is just totally full of crap. Like, nobody's done everything. There's always new techniques, there's always different ways to look at things, different perspectives, infinite possibilities. And the challenge is, that I've noticed, is that I'm still working through and growing towards, is embodying this best day ever, like living every day as if it's your best day ever. So I figured, what better way to really take on this topic than to discuss it, than to dissect it, than to pull it apart, than to look at what are the beliefs, what are the pillars of creating your best day ever, our best day ever, every single day. Because here's another thing. If you're hearing me for the first time, or you've been listening for a while, one of the things that I preach and I shout from the rooftops and I strive for, because I know we freaking deserve it, is this best day ever, every single day. Now, sometimes life is going to suck. Right? Sometimes life is going to hit us hard. Sometimes we're going to be devastated, broken, beat down, and crippled, and not know how in the heck we're supposed to possibly get back or continue on or have the strength to persevere. Life is going to do that to us. Life happens. And Joe Nicasio on a previous interview said, life is pain. Get used to it. Embrace it. Love it. And one of the other things he said was he put himself in these situations to expand himself. Not, physically harmful situations, but situations that tested his mind, that test our mind and what we're capable of. Like, put ourselves in these intentional situations to challenge ourselves, to expand, to increase our capacity. So the reason why I say that is because to have this best day ever, you might be thinking that it's not possible to have your best day ever every single day. Like, my best day ever, like I've had a lot of really great days. It'd be hard to choose one that is my best day ever. It'd be impossible to choose just one. I've had so many great days. It'd be hard to choose just one. Well, here's the thing. The only day that we have is right now. The only day that we have is today. The only moment that we have is right now. So if you are giving your power away to a previous day, a past day, when you turned 21, where you got married, when you had your first kid, when you whatever, and that is your best day ever, and you're waiting around for the next best day ever to happen, you've given your power away. You've just given your power away, and what you say is now isn't the best ever because there was some better. You compare the amount of joy, the bodily sensations, what you think it was supposed to mean when you had a kid, when you turned 21, when you got your new car, when you bought your mansion, when you succeeded in business, crushed $1 million, 6 figures, whatever. You make it mean that event is better, and this event isn't enough. So this not enough mentality is plaguing our society because there's so much comparison. We are trained. We are trained is a light word. Trained is so nice. We are conditioned. We are beaten into submission to compare to other people. And it doesn't have to be like that. So know that there's hope, and it might take some work, some play, some discovery, some pulling yourself apart, some pain, some suffering, some stuff that you don't want to deal with, shame, guilt, etc., letting all that go, processing emotions, etc., to be able to get to this point where you can literally create your best day ever every single day. Now, if we had a world where every single person, this is, by the way, this is my vision, this is my revolution, my new world order that I'm bringing about. So join me if you're up to it. Bringing about that every single day is the best day ever, and every single person on the planet is in alignment with that intention. It may not happen every day, right? It may not happen that all 7 billion people at the end of today, at the end of every day, go to sleep saying, you know what? Today was the best day ever. It may not work out so well for some time. But here's the thing. We can have a commitment to falling asleep every night and in every moment throughout the day. Falling asleep saying today was the best day ever. It may not have gone how I wanted. I may have been devastated. I may have been challenged. I may have been struck down. I may have been beaten, abused, tortured. Like literally there's people who are getting tortured in prisons and camps and stuff like that I have no idea about. And it would be really, really irresponsible and naive of me to speak this revolution, this new world order, this every day is the best day ever, without giving that existence of how things are the respect and the attention and the care. It's really the care that it deserves. Because someone literally could be going through, I don't want to say literally going through hell, but they're going through hell right now. And for me to come into their space, like I just instantly teleported into a prison right now, or a concentration camp, or some kind of camp, like something horrific going on, right? And there's someone who's just, their soul has been stolen from them almost, right? Like they've just been beaten into almost nothingness, almost like why do I even exist anymore? Take my life, God, please. Like there's no reason for me to be here on this earth anymore. For me to like teleport into that cell place, whatever, and say today's the best day ever would be so, like just to go in there and immediately say that, right? And say, hey, how's it going? Today's the best day ever. It's irresponsible. There's zero empathy there. There's zero, I'm not in this person's world at all. You know, like this person would look at me like, are you from another planet? Do you get what's going on for me right now? You know, another big topic that's been coming up a lot lately is sex trafficking. You know, sex trafficking has been coming up a lot lately. And for me to, you know, say to some of these girls or boys or whatever who are dealing with something like this, and to say, hey, I hope you're doing okay. Like, you know, just to meet someone on the street. And what if I didn't even know that they were going through this? Say, hey, hope you have the best day ever. And like in the pit of their stomach, how they feel is, what is wrong with you? Like I am being tortured right now. I'm a slave right now. And so that's just something I really wanted to just touch on and focus on right now before we go any deeper. Because one, there's people who are going through stuff that I can't even comprehend. Two, you might be going through stuff. Three, you know, when you think about the stuff that you're going through and how, you know, maybe even insurmountable, impossible, like you wouldn't wish it upon your worst enemies. When you're going through that stuff, there's people, not that we're playing the comparison game, but there's people who are suffering much, much worse than you. And to be like righteous or hold on to that title of you don't know what I'm going through. And I think a lot of us kind of walk through life like that. Like people don't know, like you're separate. You don't know what I'm dealing with. I can't share this with you. It's not like, what can you do about my problems kind of thing. So I just want to start off with that. The best day ever the best day ever would, for every single person on this planet to really adopt that, it would have to come down to all of them being educated on choice. Now, choice is an interesting topic. Choice, and by the way, I have a really big foundation in Landmark, so if anybody has taken Landmark, shout out to you. Landmark's awesome, really great program. Choice is an interesting phenomenon because while you may not choose to have been paralyzed, like you may not have wanted to have been paralyzed when you were 4 or 5 years old and you fell off on a horseback riding accident. You may not have wanted to have slept with the wrong partner and caught something. You may not have wanted to have went bankrupt and lost these things. What we do have the power of doing is choosing the facts that have happened to us and not choosing to try to not trying to make them something different than they were. So it's like choosing your life, your path, exactly the way it is, exactly the way it isn't. So let's go back to this, someone in a prison cell who's like being tortured, right? They have the power of choosing in that moment, in the moment where, they don't feel like they deserve to be there, like they shouldn't be there, I don't want to be here, get me out of here. In that moment, they can choose, I'm here. I am here. Okay, I choose to be here. Right here, right now. Because there's no other moment that you can choose. You can only choose to be here. Here and here and here and here and here. You can't, like to choose, I choose to get out of here. Like you can choose that as a future possibility. And like to choose the present moment without resisting the reality is really where we're able to find that peace. I choose to be, and so I would invite this person, whoever I'm with, is, okay, are you in this cell? They say, of course, duh. Okay, so does it serve you to have a negative attitude about it? Does it serve you to be suffering about it? Does it serve you to hold on to resentment and guilt and shame and all this stuff about how you got here? Or would it be better just to be grateful you got another day alive? Be grateful that there's people who don't have to go through this because you're fighting for your country or whatever, and there's people who don't have to do this. Or like let's go back to the sex slave, like a boy or a girl, and I asked them, like, they're there, you're dealing with this situation, you got this person who's controlling you and forcing you to do these things that you don't want to do. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose resentment and hate? Although that's probably the easiest thing and most natural because of how we've been programmed. Or can we choose something a little bit more heightened and enlightened and just divine and conscious? And it would be difficult to choose love and forgiveness in that moment. And I believe that we are all put here to remember how to love, to remember how to forgive, to remember how to see behaviors and actions and patterns and environments and circumstances around us and not resist them, rather take a committed stand that they no longer exist anymore, to forgive them, to love them, and I'm committed. I'm taking a committed stand that this doesn't happen to anyone else because I know the pain and the suffering that I went through. Now I'm at this place of forgiveness and grace and love. And even though I'm still going through these painful circumstances and challenges, I choose my perspective. I choose my relationship because we have a relationship with everything and everyone. And the relationship that we have with things determines how we show up, how we interact, how we feel about these things. So the biggest thing is knowing what our energy is, knowing how we're feeling about the things that we're doing. Best day ever. Okay, now that we're kind of past the hypotheticals, we might dive and dip back into them. Best day ever. Why would you want to make every day your best day ever? Is it really possible? Can you have that? Well, if you choose this moment as the only moment that you have, because it is, as far as we're aware, unless you can be in two places at once, unless you have, a parallel dimension of consciousness that you can switch back and forth with at any given moment, then you can choose that, maybe this isn't the best day ever and you want to jump back into that other reality, okay? Getting away from the hypotheticals. Best day ever, right now, right here is all we have. So I want to dive into this possibility, the possibilities that are present with declaring that today is the best day ever, even if you're suffering, even if you're sick, even if you're in pain, even if you're going into debt, even if you're bankrupt, even if someone left you, even if just all these reasons. Why and how can you still make today your best day ever? Choosing, this is all I have. I am grateful. Really, it's the gratitude component that really brings this all together. I'm grateful that I have anything at all. I'm grateful that I'm going through this bankruptcy because then I get to become this person who understands people in financial challenges. I'm grateful that I'm getting this divorce because then I get to understand people who have had their hearts broken or felt like their boundaries were trespassed or felt like they were broken and not enough. I'm grateful that I'm going through this situation of extremely difficult, why the heck am I not there yet? Like I should have been a millionaire 10 years ago with my genius, my smarts, my brilliance, etc. Why am I not there yet? This sucks. Today sucks. Instead, we can show up as today's the best day ever. I'm grateful that it's taken me 10 years or whatever past when I thought I should have it because it taught me patience. It taught me grace. It taught me how to be able to handle adversity. It taught me how to adapt. It taught me how to really embody delayed gratification. So there's all these different benefits that we can pull from that, and we can fuel today being the best day ever as a logical argument because of our gratitude for what is. So today is the best day ever. Okay, Chris, how do you know? Well, today's the best day ever, one, because I say so. That's number one. Number two, because I'm not living under a rock or in a tent. Number three, because I have access to food, clean food, water, because I have my phone, because I have my computer, because I have a room, because I have whatever, all this stuff. There's lots of reasons why today can be the best day ever. Now, if you look for the reasons of why today isn't the best day ever, you will find them. I promise you. We're really good at finding reasons why things are not the way that we want them to be, why we doubt, why we fear, why we shame, why we guilt. We're really good at that. We've been programmed to do that. And now what we're creating is a new paradigm shift, a new consciousness, a new revolution, a world that says every day is the best day ever, because when that happens, infinite possibilities arise. What do you mean by that, Chris? If you walk into Starbucks and you're living the best day ever mentality, you are more likely to run into Jim Carrey or another actor, actress, or celebrity, or whatever it might be, because you're already emitting the vibration, the energy, the frequency of today's the best day ever, thus attracting back to you more experiences like that. So if I wake up and I'm shouting from the rooftops, I'm like a level 10 energy, today's the best day ever. Even if nothing has happened yet, I just woke up, my body's here, cool, my blood's still pumping, I have water, I have all these reasons why today can be the best day ever if I choose it. All these things are happening. My vibration, my energy that I'm putting out in the universe is going to attract something pretty cool back to me at some point in time. Now, I might have to plant those seeds for a while. I might have to plant those energetic seeds and declare and affirm and auto-suggest to myself, to my brain, to my subconscious, that today is the best day ever before it actually starts really manifesting and showing up in my life. Before I really gain grasp over feeling like today is the best day ever every single day. For example, I have had the best day ever, today's the best day ever phrase, I want to say like a year and a half, something like that. And I'm so still a novice with it, right? Bad days run my life at times. Okay? Like, just being honest, ladies and gentlemen, and thoughts and criticisms about myself, doubts, smallness, hiding, being a victim, running, manipulating, defending, etc. All this stuff still is something I have to deal with because I'm breaking myself apart, putting myself back together, constituting myself as a new human being, someone who's enlightened, someone who's conscious, someone who's able to choose my thoughts and be love. Choose love every moment. How do you choose love every moment? It takes work, takes discipline, takes practice. takes play, takes fun. And to create your best day ever every single day takes choosing it, and it takes practice. And when you do that, you will literally start attracting better things to yourself. You declare, today's the best day ever. You live it. Your energy is aligned with that. You'll get calls from clients all the time. You declare, today is the best day ever. You're aligned with that. You live it. You're out in the world. Okay, imagine just like simple analysis or simple analogy or example. If I'm living best day ever, I got this big old smile on my face. I walk into a department store. I say, hey, what's going on? Hope you're having the best day ever. And then I walk past someone. I say, hey, how's it going? Are you having a great day? Best day ever? You know, what's exciting? What's the best part about your day? You know, they have a great time. They share with me. Awesome. Great connection. Cool. Keep walking. And then I get to my section. I'm looking for my item. All of a sudden, this beautiful woman pops up right next to me. And I'm like, hey, you having the best day ever? Like, boom, instant connection. Versus if I would have went in there feeling like, another day, just got to get this stupid shopping done. Wouldn't talk to anyone. Would so be in my own world. Would so be closed off. No love, no open heart. And I wouldn't have that experience. I wouldn't be receptive to the opportunities that life has waiting for us when we get aligned to receive it. Believing that we can receive it. Believing that we deserve it. See, if I'm declaring today is the best day ever and living into that reality, today is the best day ever every single day, I don't even have to think about should I or shouldn't I go talk to this woman. I don't even have to think of should I or shouldn't I go talk to Jim Carrey. I don't even have to think of like what's going to happen on this prospecting call, this guy who just called my business. Like, I don't even have to think about that. I just think it's the best day ever. We're going to have a blast. We're going to have fun. I'm not attached to the outcome, and I'm going to serve this person. I'm going to add value. I'm going to make a difference. Okay? That's the best day ever mentality. It's the best day ever philosophy, and I invite you to take it on. I invite you to receive that. What would a GPS lifestyle look like? If there's a blueprint, I'd be interested in documenting it online. What do you think of an internet show called My GPS Quest? Discovering Ascension. That's beautiful, man. I love it. My GPS Quest. Discovering Ascension. That's awesome. Can resonate so much. These days, it's so relevant in everything around me. Keep feeding amazing thoughts to myself. Soon, it becomes normal. Elisha, what's up, brother? Believing to receive it. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'd be more than happy to answer them. I'm the one guy in the front row of all your events. That's right, baby. That's right. So GPS lifestyle, really the greatest possible self lifestyle. How do you get there? Well, first, it's like clear. It's getting clear on it, getting clarity, knowing what your values are, checking in on that, and designing it, and having a practice, a daily discipline of realigning yourself to that, right? GPS lifestyle is simply a choice that you are in process, in pursuit of becoming your greatest possible self each and every day. That's like literally it, and making a conscious effort towards it, making conscious discipline to becoming that person. How are you shifting? How are you approaching that? How are you taking steps towards that? And that's really, I think, the review, the GPS lifestyle is not that you get any specific place, but you design it. You know why you designed it. You can break it down into steps, and then you review. You have a process of review. Did I get closer? Did I get farther? What did I do that worked? What didn't work? Etc. And I think those 4 components are the biggest things of that GPS lifestyle, Curtis. So my GPS quest, discovering ascension. I love that. I love ascension. I love transcension. I love growing bigger than our perceived limits, right? Because the human mind, bless our human mind, is kind of limited. And it's okay. It's perfect. That's what we were given. It's what we were blessed with. Now, what do we do about it? In a lot of ways, it's unlimited. And in a lot of ways, it's limited because there's literally only so much data our mind can process, our brain can process right now based on its existing structure. Now, we might be malleable enough to change that. We might be creative enough to invent new things and new products and new processes and scientific evolutions, discoveries that have us expand in our capacity. And for right now, it's limited. And I believe that the quest for ascension, for becoming limitless, is why we're here. To remember why and who we are and how we're a part of each other and love each other, etc. And that quest for ascension, that's why we're here. It's to really transcend. It's to grow bigger, to grow more connected, more loving, more full of possibility, more fueled with possibility. And what an amazing journey it is. We're blessed. Blessed, blessed, blessed. Believing it to receive it. Love it. Absolutely. So I'm curious, how do you make your best day ever? What does that look like for you? So I mentioned earlier to Curtis about how you live a GPS lifestyle. Number one is getting clear on what you want. Going to be fun documenting it. Dude, I'm so excited to have a team of people like following me around like Gary Vee, recording my life and just posting up so much inspirational, awesome, exceptional, extraordinary stuff. Oh, hold on. Let me bask in this emotion. Man, feels good. Feels good. But seriously, like, we are blessed. And we can create anything. So, GPS lifestyle, first off, is getting clear. Your best day ever. What does your best day ever look like in a year, 3 years, 5 years from now? How can you design a schedule, a routine, something like that inspires you? Well, one of the greatest ways that I've heard of is going to that point, living through that person's eyes, meditating on it, thinking about it 5-10 minutes, whatever, and then writing a letter to yourself, back to yourself now, about what it's like, about who you've become. And I would recommend doing this like once a quarter, writing a letter to yourself once a quarter about who you've become, because every time you write one of these letters, you're going to be in a different spot in life. Last 3 months are completely unlike the 3 months before it, most likely. There's like different experiences, new learnings, new wisdom, etc. So how are you going to use that process of reaching into your future? I talked about a quantum life hack on a Facebook Live video the other day, and what it is really you just go to this point of successful completion of whatever problem or challenge that you're facing, or dream person, best day ever. The quantum life hack is that your mind can't tell the difference between living it in reality and living it in your mind. It's a very, very small difference. I think that, probably with your biology, there's a little bit of a difference. Maybe it doesn't pick it up as quickly, the movements, the feelings, the sensations, etc. But in your mind, is just about as good as if you did it in real life. Now, how you do this quantum life hack where you succeed, you get past things, you live an event before it actually happens, is put yourself there. Close your eyes, meditate on it, feel it, and then take yourself to that point of completion. What are the emotions that you're going to be feeling? What are the sensations? How do you know you've done it? Etc., etc., etc. So it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's going to be awesome. Yes, it is, Curtis. Yes, it is. It's going to be a blast, man. I'm so excited. Life is a blessing, 100%. So that's really the focus of this episode. Embodying, the marathon energy, the interview, my section, embodying your best day ever. Now, how do we take this thing from a vision, from someone writing us a letter? We can write ourselves a letter from the future and actually embody that. What does that mean to embody? Well, first off, I'm going to give a shout out to Kyle Lipton. He's coming on the show later today. He's all about embodying. So if you want to dive into this deeper, make sure you tune in back at 5 p.m. Curtis says, pinching parallels. That's right, baby. That's right. So, embodying your best day ever. What does that mean? It means so cellularly programming and being and living your best day ever every single day, that there's no doubt in your mind that every single day is the best day ever. Now, what you can do to embody your best day ever is, number one, get clear on what that is. What is the design? What will happen? What does it look like? What feelings, what sensations, etc. And of course, your best day ever will constantly be evolving. Trust that. You can design 10 different best day evers that are doing best days ever, that are doing completely different activities. Maybe one best day ever, you're like at a conference, you're speaking, and you do a mastermind, you jump in a helicopter, you're staying at a very nice hotel or resort or whatever. Okay, that could be one. Another best day ever could be sitting on a lake in wherever, the Netherlands, with your wife or husband and enjoying your time and just being peaceful, reading and masterminding and doing some like tantra or something. I don't know, whatever it is for you. You can have multiple different best days ever. So give yourself permission to create those and have fun with it. So embodying, number one, get clear. What does that look like? Number two, allow yourself to go there with your mind, with your experience, with your energy, with your body, with yourself. How do you go there? How do you live that? How do you be that? And it's super simple. Super, super simple. You just start visualizing. You just start saying, what do I say? You ask yourself these questions. What do I say when I'm this, millionaire in 2 years, 1 year, 5 years, whatever? When I'm this millionaire, what do I say when someone asks me what I do? I say, I'm Chris Burns. I run a successful media company and get people's message out to the world. Boom. I help people become their greatest possible self. I have clients who are on the waiting list. I have people who pay me $100,000 a year to coach with me because of my exceptional, extraordinary skills. Whatever, right? So you're creating this best day ever. Maybe you're out on the lake, right? You're with your wife, your significant other, husband, whatever. What do I say to myself? Well, I say to myself, wow, this is just this beautiful, serene moment. And you take yourself there, go into kind of a trance, go into a hypnosis. If you're able to have someone hypnotize you or go through a self-hypnosis and do this process, that'd be even more amazing. But you can go through this process of hypnotizing yourself and seeing that event happen and unfold in your mind and asking, what do I say? What did I say to myself? What thoughts are coming up in my mind that have me know that this is the best day ever and this scenario is the best day ever? What intuition senses do I get and follow because I know I'm on track and I'm in like divine flow? You're out on the lake and then you get this intuitional sense to go explore in the forest. You go explore in the forest with your wife, your husband, whatever. And you go and your intuition says, no, stop right here. Just relax, whatever it might be. And one scenario could be something tells you to start digging. And so you dig something up. You dig up like a gold watch or a Breitling or, buried treasure, whatever. Or you just sit there and your intuition says, just be here, be peaceful. Someone comes along the path and says, hey, how you doing? You start up a conversation. Turns out to be a multi-billionaire. You go hang out at their house, build best friends, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, what happens? How do you know when you're living your best day ever? What does that look like? What is that best day ever? How do you embody that? Well, you start living it, and you start feeling what feelings you're going to have. You start knowing the thoughts that you're going to have. You start tasting the delicious crab cakes or whatever it is that you eat on the Mediterranean. You smell the salty sea air and you feel the waves, the rocking of the boat on your yacht. You're flying in your helicopter and you have these plugged up earmuffs like covering your ears, and you hear like the helicopter spinning, the rotors, the blades spinning really fast on the outside. You're in your private jet and you hear the sound of the champagne popping, and you lean back in your leather chair and you have someone, a butler or maid or whatever, esthetician, doing your nails, giving you a manicure, giving you a pedicure, whatever, right? So this is your best day ever. You get to design it and give yourself permission to design it, number one. Two, live it, right? Feel what it feels like. Put yourself there. Embody that. Start to embody that. And then number three is going to be like, how do you know if you're actually embodying it? Well, it's going to take a process. It's going to take review. It's going to take discipline. It's going to take focus. And it doesn't just happen like that. Typically, be the exception to the rule. I'm all about being the exception to the rule. And typically, it doesn't happen like that. We are the exception to the rule. So, reviewing, knowing if you're on track or off track, knowing if did the steps I took today get me to where I want to go? Did they take me as fast as I wanted to go? Did it really make the difference? What could I have done differently today? What could I have done that would have taken me further, faster, and made the bigger difference? Or brought more love, brought more peace, brought more prosperity to my life? Having that check-in will allow you to truly embody that best day ever. And pretty soon, you're going to give yourself permission to allow every day to be the best day ever. Pretty soon, you're going to start thinking the thoughts that person would think and start saying the things that person would say. This future you, this embodied best day ever you. Pretty soon, you're going to start being that person. So I invite you right now, give yourself permission to be that person now. To be that person yesterday, a long time ago, versus waiting till you have the evidence to say that you're that person. Be the person who declares today's the best day ever in a year, and be that person now. That person in a year who says today is the best day ever because they lived their dream life. They woke up on the yacht. They woke up on the balcony looking out over the ocean, the forest, whatever, mountainside. Be that person today and start declaring those things now. Today is the best day ever. I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Thank you for all this abundance. Thank you for all this prosperity. Thank you for all this success. Thank you for all this growth and expansion and capacity increase. So that's really what is available to us. Rona says, I'm ready whenever you are, Chris, on Zoom or Skype. Juicy, mega life hack. I love it, love it, love it. What's up, James, Lily, Donna Marie, Joe? Hope you're all having the best day ever. So this is wrapping up this point, this section of the talk, becoming your greatest possible self, making every day your best day ever, embodying your best day ever. How do you do that again? It's get clear on the vision. And you can have multiple visions. You can have multiple best days ever. What's great about this universe is it's pretty darn infinite as far as we can tell, right? So have an infinite number of best days ever and choose to focus on probably 1 or 2 or 3. I think that would be most effective, and you're the exception to the rule. So whatever works for you, whatever feels right, in resonance, in alignment, and just do that and stay focused, stay disciplined, trust yourself. It's all working out. Be your greatest possible self. Good or good? Very good. And if you want to become your greatest possible self, you want to make every day your best day ever, definitely send me a message. Say, I'm committed to being my GPS, and we'll have a conversation. Just let me know where you're at. Let me know what you got out of this conversation. If you want to have a free strategy session to figure out what your best day ever is, I'd love to gift you that. You can buy 30 minutes of my time for free, and I'd be happy to give that 30 minutes to you. There's a strategy session link on my website, beyourgps.com. Feel free to visit it and let me know what you're up to and how I can support. Make every day your best day ever. Ever, ever, ever.